A Reddit thread went viral where a girl was asking people what makes a woman crazy, okay? Because she believed that in her past relationships that she was the crazy one, and she wants to know what exactly defines a woman as crazy. Of course, you can imagine there were thousands of responses. Everybody wanted to weigh in. So let me just give you like a general consensus here. This is what makes a woman crazy: being clingy, playing games, manipulative, emotional instability. I want us to talk about that, and then we can also talk about like the guy version of that. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
We're all a little crazy.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
Crazy becomes a little hazy.
You are crazy, period.
Who are you calling crazy?
You.
Don't ever say that in a fight. Don't ever say relax to
you're acting
someone
crazy.
or you're crazy. That's like surefire way to make me go crazy.
Yeah.
There's got to be an underlying
the main-
craziness.
The main
if
things
that
they were
says you.
saying was clinginess is crazy. What were the other? It was
Clinginess,
like clinginess,
The
manipulation.
length of the Reddit thread. The length of
Yeah,
the Reddit
really
thread
long.
is you're crazy.
Yeah.
It's asking me if you're crazy. Is it crazy because I did the following 15 things and he couldn't respond in 5 minutes? It's like, no, just relax.
There's,
Sam hates it.
This,
That's f***ing
this
crazy.
clip needs
I
to
can't
go
tell you to
through-
relax. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
I completely agree. Relax. It's a term that if you say, just relax, that is a surefire way to get something thrown at
You
you.
know why?
and then
You're
that crazy
denouncing
comes.
someone's feelings. If someone's upset and you're trying to communicate that you're upset, and then someone says like, all right, or like dismisses you, it's very dismissive. To say relax is not acknowledging your feelings. And I think that is why people, or why women technically, and I think men would feel the same way, react to that.
Comes a point in a relationship where you end up revealing like a lot of your personality and what goes on beneath the surface. And that shouldn't happen at the beginning. That
I
is
agree.
what causes people to call you freaking crazy. Like I remember I've dated people where I thought they would just like think about me a little bit, but like in high school there was this whole group of girls that I realized like that's all they talked about was me and my group of friends.
What?
And like they had a nickname for themselves based on us.
Like the fan club?
We are Band-Aids.
Were you that cool in high
He
school?
was
No.
homecoming king.
But I wasn't cool.
Brat.
I was on student council.
Smart
But-
is sexy.
Smart is sexy, thank you. But like the whole, just if you reveal that you've been obsessing over this stuff, sometimes you can't help obsessing, but the crazy is when you're unleashing it on people who didn't ask for it. And, you know, if you ask yourself if they're overreacting by reacting this way, like, no, you should just kind of hold on to something.
But is crazy an overused term? Because
Yeah.
when
Yes.
I think of it, I think of crazy, and maybe this isn't fair, I think of crazy as the person that's vengeful, somebody that's overreactive, somebody that's always looking to fight, and most importantly, somebody that doesn't trust. And I get that that comes with past, I've been lucky to have good past experiences when it comes to relationships, so I've never had trust issues, but I've heard stories from some of my girlfriends and some of their boyfriends, and when it works both ways. I'm not just saying that it's just with women, but I think that's when I think of that term. Mainly the I don't trust you. Did you? Oh my God, where were you? Who's on your phone? Let me check your phone.
Crazy is a detachment from reality.
Yeah, and reason.
If you like, there's something to be said for, yes, I should ask myself questions about whether things are working in a relationship or if that person's going off and doing something behind my back. But it's the detachment from reality when you kind of leave our plane of being and go into your own thoughts to such an extent where now you're just having a conversation with your own ridiculous thoughts. And then you reveal afterwards how far from reality you've gone in this paranoid spiral.
And guys will use crazy a lot of the time, and I'll speak this from example. They'll use that term to either get themselves out of situations. So if I can't go out with my lads at night and I'm like, I can't go out, she's crazy, like she won't let me go out. Like it's just often, it's a go-to excuse.
Don't
that
throw
guys,
your chick under the bus.
This is what I used to do before when I was in past relationships. When you get into a real relationship, you don't want to throw that term around because it's just what
say,
happens with it.
I
is
just want to stay in tonight and watch Netflix and chill.
If that was the truth, then that's not the way. If you come from the UK, if you don't go out with your mates because you have a girlfriend, you're just asking for abuse, right? That's what happens. So many people that I've ran into experiences with it will just use crazy as a term to, if they want to break up with a girl, she's crazy. Or if they can't go out, I can't go out, she's crazy. And it is overused, and it clouds the actual term.
Yeah.
It
I
clouds
agree.
I like to have that reasonable conversation with my friends. It's like, listen, I like having fun with you guys, but she plays with my wiener. And that's really cool. And I prefer that sometimes to going out and not having my wiener played with.
Is there a term, Brett? Is there a term that do we hear women calling men crazy, or is there another term? Assholes. I hear asshole a lot.
He's a dick.
Douche, dick, asshole.
I think it's more of he's a dick because he thinks I'm crazy. Like that's the thing is most like I've seen relationships bubble up into insanity when the woman starts off asking a very reasonable question and the guy won't answer it.
Yeah.
And then she
he's
starts
dismissive
getting
and rude
frustrated.
about it.
And then
with
she's
that, and
coined
he's
crazy
stoic.
when she's not crazy, and that's not fair. You've been kind of silent on this.
Yeah, so I also think that there's a level of crazy that a guy has to go to when he buys into it. So if you're like, can we go out tonight? And then you're like, no, my girl's crazy. I can't go out. She wouldn't like that. You're buying into that crazy. And then you're a part of the problem and you become one of those couples that everyone hates. And I'm speaking from experience. I know people who devolve into these couples that suck, that just like stop going out but they'll blame it on the other person in the relationship. But really, they're both crazy.
Yeah.
When you're calling your significant other crazy, all you're announcing to the world is that you're in an unhealthy, unstable relationship and you want to blame it on anyone but yourself.
Yes.
But truthfully, you're in there with her, you're in the crazy thing with her.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, that's what I mean when I say we're all a little bit crazy. If you're in a relationship where you're describing your significant other as crazy, chances are you're crazy.
The term hysteria is the same base as hysterectomy, where basically, which is getting rid of your uterus, and doctors used to think that women were hysterical and needed medical treatment because of, like, it relates back to them being women and having a uterus. So I think just women seem to be, to me, more expressive of their emotions, and guys bottle them up. That's just when they err on either side of a healthy balance. The women are crazy and the guys are detached and have no feeling.
He's not the easiest person to get close to. There's a wall there.
Mainstream media does a very good job of just pushing forward the stereotypes we already know. Guys stick true to being masculine. If they show their emotions, then obviously there's something a little wrong there. But if girls show their emotions a little too much, they must be crazy. Because that's just the way it works in that industry. And I don't agree with it. And I completely agree with what you're saying. And I used to be in relationships like that. But once you realize that saying that term just only reiterates the point that you're trying to push forward. And the more you make that excuse, the more you actually are reinstating it, and it becomes harder to see the difference between who's crazy.
Yeah, you live and you learn. I love that. You live and you learn.
A good exercise is to compare your significant other to someone from the news who is actually psychotic.
Yes.
So, is she a
like
Jeffrey
Jodi
Dahmer
Arias?
type?
No, she's not like Jodi Arias.
Is she like Jodi Arias? Has she killed, or will she kill again?
Yeah.
Question mark.
She's not great.
Right. Yeah. Good conversation. Yes. Okay, you guys, keep the combo going in the comment section below. Got a little something. We'll see you next time on Pop Trigger.